Let's do another level. Let's show off a power-up that is incredibly decisive, because loads of people like it and loads of people don't like it. I'm probably closer to the not liking it camp, strictly because it makes you move really slow. Oh, but if you're looking for really, really, really awful Mario power-ups, don't worry, this game's got you covered. If you've played this game before, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's Spring Mario / Spring Luigi. Spring Luigi, not even once. Except in this game we have to do it at least 2 or 3 times. And that is one of the reasons that, that Mario Galaxy 2 is better than this game, in my opinion, because you only have to use Spring Luigi like once or twice instead of at least 3. Don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, that's why I'm doing this. So let's go get that mushroom. Let's use my super awesome homing ground attack that didn't work. Yep, now I'm Luigi. I can fly a little bit, but not a lot. And if you touch the water, you'll stop being Luigi. I'll be honest, I don't actually know how bees interact with water, so I don't really know how accurate that is. Yay, slides. There's one thing we love in our 3D Mario games, it's slides. Yeah, you have a disposable fly meter. Also, if you touch these flowers as anything but Luigi, the flowers will immediately wilt. The honey still makes you stick and go slow, but I believe you go a bit faster. I don't like that. Okay. Let's not take unnecessary risks when there's a giant black hole in our way. It's kind of an interesting thing about the way this game works with the whole gravity mechanics and stuff. On a lot of levels that are really small planets that you can just, you know, long jump and do an orbit around, you're encouraged to just randomly fling yourself off the ledges with no disregard for safety. However, they will introduce those black holes to let you know that if you fall off something, you will indeed die. Yeah, falling off ledges has to be the #1 method of dying in every platformer ever. But I'm wondering what... Well, the second most is probably just by taking damage, obviously, but I'm wondering just how big of a market share of death has. An interesting case study that no one would really care about. Well, maybe not no one. Someone probably does. Well, that sucked, but you should spawn a thing that doesn't require me to be Luigi. And here is a honeybee. Her name is... I don't think she has a name, I think it's just Queen Honeybee. This is by far... Well, maybe not by far, but I think it definitely has to be #1. The most suggestive part in any Mario game ever, because we're going to just jump right onto this large woman and crawl around while she makes ooh and ah noises. So, yeah, there we go. That tickles. Oh yeah, right there. Lower. That's where it goes. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this now before it gets any more creepy, and she's like, yeah, this star is kind of creepy, just take this star and get out of here. Okay. Let's get Starbits while I'm waiting to blast off. And now we have Captain Toad, who is a total jerk because he is always shining his light directly into my eyeballs. But he's got stars to get, and so for that reason, we have to let him live. Thanks, Captain Toad, I guess. I'm trying to remember what the principal collectible was in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I have played it, but it's been a while. Do you collect stars in that game? 'Cause that would be interesting if they, like, kind of made it a non-chronological thing, and, like, you would give stars to Mario and or Luigi in, like, a level that was also in Mario Galaxy. Friends? Whoa, let's not be hasty here. Yeah, we're not going over there because the only thing they have to give us right now is 1-ups, which, once you reset this game, your lives get reset back to 4. It's kind of dumb like that, but it's not as if lives are honestly that important. Honestly, ever since, I'd have to say at least this console generation, so like from 2006 onward, life counters have been totally arbitrary. Like, having a limited number of lives is just an outdated mechanic that worked fine when you were playing arcade games and you had a certain number of lives before you had to feed more quarters to the machine, but once you get a game over, if you're gonna quit playing, you're just gonna save and quit and come back later. The lives thing isn't really that much of a deterring factor. Let's see, what do I use to look up? Yeah, there's a nice little thing here. Does it say, is it an L? I thought it was supposed to say something. Camera controls in this game are weird. Okay, it's still an M. That's unfortunate. Like I said, not a lot of this game changes. When playing this game as Mario, you will find Luigi. You will not find Mario, you will still find a second Luigi. And you are not saving Daisy in this game, you are still saving Peach. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's just star bits. Yes, I know star bits are important, but starers are more important. As I continue to lollygag and go for star bits anyway. So we hit the star. So we kill this guy because he gives lots of star bits. I almost feel sorry for wigglers in these games. They always look so happy, and they very rarely do anything to you unless you aggravate them. They're always getting killed. Not to say that Mario and Luigi don't attack other defenseless creatures, but that's one specific example that I'm thinking of right this moment. Now, I seem to remember there being something cool up here, up on this ledge. Now, this game doesn't have green stars, which are a really cool post-game thing that was added to Galaxy 2, where you just go back into the levels and you have a whole bunch of extra stars running amok. A mechanic that has also been used in a couple of Mario 64 hacks that I've seen, which look pretty neat. They'll like make a ROM hack, and then they'll make a sequel to the ROM hack that's basically the green stars from Galaxy 2, essentially. I don't know what I was doing up there. I was convinced there was something cool, but all I saw was the plant that didn't do anything, so sorry for wasting your time. So now we're on planet, I don't even know what this is. This thing definitely isn't large enough to have its own gravity, but I should really stop talking about the physics in a Mario game. Oh yes, speaking of stars that give you temporary invincibility, now you have this. And considering the fact that the rainbow star makes you invincible, I guess now's as good a time as any to remind you of the hilarious little Easter egg on this game's box art. Little tiny stars under a couple of different letters on the box, on the title of the game, and they just so happen to be the letters U, R, M, R, and G, A, Y. I don't think I need to tell you what that spells out, and the rainbow star makes you invincible. I find that kind of funny. Sadly, there is no such Easter egg on Mario Galaxy 2's cover. There are still stars, but they don't spell anything out. In fact, they might have actually kept them in the same spot. And they might have moved just because everything is shifted over a little bit to make way for that little 2 that they put in. Oh, what? In my opinion, teabagging is possible in every single game as long as crouching is an option, which it is in almost every single game. Aw, man. Whenever I feel like that, I feel like I just need to take a minute or so, well, not a minute, a second or two to digest just how awful what just happened was. Hooray for homing ground pound. I love it so much. In fact, let's see if we can homing ground pound onto the star. There we go. Yaha! And we are not going to Loop-de-Loop Galaxy because that will require me to basically change up the way that I set up my controls, so I guess we're gonna go back to Good Egg. It should totally be possible to skip that star, but if not, I'll just have to go into the control settings and change up some things. But I don't feel like doing that right now, so instead, let's fight another boss. Yeah, Mario 64 kind of had the same level each time you came into it, and there were different stars that you could get. Mario Sunshine did the same thing, except the state of the level would change, so you couldn't really get the stars out of order that often. And then in this one, it's almost an entirely different level each time you enter it. That's not really a complaint, it's just an observation, if you will. There are a couple of levels in this game that are a bit more open world like that, but it's still closer to that thing that I mentioned with Sunshine, where the state of the level changes based on what episode you come in on. You can't really collect stars out of order. I can't even think of a star that you can collect out of order in this game. So what am I supposed to be doing? I actually didn't pay attention to what Toad said. Okay, so we need to destroy the spiky things? I don't remember that being necessary. Oh, well, this one's really big. Maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, that's what it was. Maybe it was there the whole time, and you just couldn't see it. Do we have to do it again? No, I bet we have to kill Pokey. And to kill Pokey, we should probably use... using coconuts! Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. I'm riding the struggle bus today. Okay, that wasn't so bad. When in doubt, make a comment about how terrible you're doing, and then you'll immediately do better on whatever it was you were doing. Now we're actually going to do something in this little planet just because it's a nice little fun extra. We get to do more Rainbow Luigi stuff. And die. Dying is always fun. Please don't die, okay. Sadly, I won't be getting coins from this, so I will be staying at 1 health. But there should be some... Oh, there's a coin right there. Oh my gosh, this is kind of disorienting. When you're inside a level, the way that they display the outside of the level is kind of bizarre. Do we have enough time on the thing to kill a chain shop? Oh man, I totally would have taken a hit if I actually went into it. So now we got lasers to avoid, but you just jump over them, and then that's it. Ignoring most of you guys. Discount Octoroks from The Legend of Zelda. I know they have an actual name, but I don't remember them remember it right off the top of my head. And airships are back. Do you remember airships? It's a common theme in recent Mario games. there's just kind of like a big list of things that were in previous Mario games, and then they just sort of play roulette with it, and then they pick one. It's like, okay, what's it gonna be this time? Okay, Tanuki suits. Alright, what's it gonna be this time? Okay, we're gonna make a Mario 3 remake. You know, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure in the most recent New Super Mario Brothers, they actually brought back those weird dinosaur things. You know, the ones that are floating on little platforms in Mario World. In a couple of castle levels. Yeah, I was jumping around on the top of the thing because I'm pretty sure there was a nice little health upgrade. Yeah, I'm just being crazy. It's not like I really need the health upgrade. It's just a nice to have. Watch as I miraculously land right next to these enemies without hitting them. Oh, darn, I missed the star bit. Is it boss time yet? It's like, yeah, this one will tell you, oh yeah, those little coin-shaped things in the indentations in the ground, yeah, those are coins. You just star bit at it and now pops a coin. Now that I think about it, this looks a whole lot like that squid boss from Sunshine. You know, the one where you literally rip off all its limbs and then rip its nose until it blasts off. So this one we get to play tennis, and I keep failing. You know, the first time he doesn't know what's hitting him. Then we can't use a bottle. This time, we got to rally it for a bit longer. And the next time we'll have to hit it 3 times, because that's how video game bosses work. Oh no! Enemies. Alright, let's see if we can not miss. Hooray! That wasn't so hot, was it? And I didn't take a hit, so give me my extra star for doing it on a Daredevil run. You won't do that? Oh, come on. I like to imagine that Luigi and Mario, when they grab the star, they're still kind of doing that peace sign thing that they did in 64. Yeah, a couple of the people making the game actually fought against that because they thought it was too silly. But it stayed in the game anyway, and appears in a couple other games. Once again, I'm pretty sure doing Loop-de-Loop Galaxy is not required. But if it is, I will cut the segment, change my controls, do the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, and then change my controls again. It's totally feasible to play Wii games with a controller like this. You just gotta have a different control setup for each game, I guess. So I've got a Galaxy-specific one right now, and if I play a different game, I'll have to do something else that's different. It is possible to connect a real Wiimote to this emulator, but you won't get a pointer that way, and you need to have another piece of hardware, which I have actually ordered. I kind of forgot I did, just because I'm ordering it from China, and it's going to take a really long time to get here, so I think it's better to just buy it, ignore it, and then be pleasantly surprised when it shows up. It was only like $3 too, so it'll be worth it for sure. Since I already have some things I'm intending to do with it in the near future. That is then, and that is then and not now. Actually, that would be. Actually, then works for the future too. So yeah, your health is always 3. Everything deals 1 damage in this game, and you can upgrade your health to 6. That's kind of nice. Go this way. Yes, I believe I do. And there's. Oh wait, maybe I don't. Neighbors are causing trouble. Okay, I do want to go this way. So now we know that in the Mario universe, bees and beetles have a rivalry with each other. Kind of like, what were those things in Thousand Year Door? You had the punies, and then you had the hornet-looking things. They weren't actually called hornets, they were called something else. So now we get to fight another boss. In this one, I'll hopefully be able to make use of my super cool homing attack thing some more. Yeah, you gotta beat Luigi for this so that you can do the shake it up baby on these little pole dandelion things. Won't work otherwise. Aw, man. So you guys gotta wait for him to loop around, I guess. Or he'll just turn around. Alright, let's get a different dandelion. Maybe that'll shoot me off in a more This is gonna work better, I can already tell by the way it's bent over. Yeah, we're gonna stay stationed on this one. More star bits that you don't need for this fight, but we'll need later, so I can't complain. And I was not prepared. Right, come on, big bad Bugaboom. If that's your real name. And have you heard of the rule of 3? I'm sure you have. We've hit him 3 times, so of course he's dead. It's funny how we've gotten to a point where if I'm playing a game and I hit a boss 3 times and he doesn't die, I'm really surprised. Then it becomes rule of 4 or rule of 5. Rarely is it ever rule of 6, unless getting a hit is significantly easier. That's almost even true for Zelda bosses, even, really. So you do the thing to make it vulnerable, you hit him with his sword, then he goes back. There are certain sword strikes that you can use that are more powerful, and you can do it maybe 2, but it's normally 3. Well, I was right about having other galaxies open up. So, is there a new galaxy in this level as well? Yep, new galaxy in this level, and the Hungry Luma. I'm gonna do this one because it's... well, quick and easy. That's quick spelled K-W-I-K. There is an actual company called Quick Cash that spells quick that way. And cash is spelled wrong too, as K-A-S-H. It is just great. If it was the Quick Cash Company, and company was also spelled with a K, then I'd be a little weirded out because of the way it would be abbreviated. Imagine if it had stocks and was traded under that name. That'd be really bizarre. So yeah, we got some 8-bit Mario stuff in the background in the sky, so I guess this takes place in 8-bit Mario Land? Like that's its own separate universe that's also taking place in the same area as this one. But yeah, you remember those switches from the first level? Well, we're doing it again. So once you get all of them set to the correct color, and once you don't die, thank you. Thank you, switches. And then you can make your way over to this star. And you can do a little hoppa-loppa on this guy, and then bada-bing, bada-boom, you got yourself another star. Believe that makes 8, which means that the Bowser level is open. Hey, did you know that the Bowser level is open? Next time you see me, Luigi, look! It's Bowser. See you then.
Luigi!